I just got off a call with a tax firm that is looking to partner with me a little bit. Maybe not exactly partner is the definition, but I'm going to go into what that looks like though, because it's pretty exciting, especially as I'm starting off. Getting a tax firm to help me out with clients would be huge. So let's dive in. I'm getting referrals, I guess, more than anything, for a tax firm. And I just got off the call with them, and they're wanting to look at trying to, like, not give me clients. They're still going to be technically their clients, but send me work in exchange for them paying me personally. So how it's going to work is they'll have clients, tax clients that need help with their books, mainly real estate because it's a little bit complicated in the bookkeeping aspect of things. So what they usually do is hire offshore and go to the Philippines and stuff. Well, what they're looking for is a bookkeeper in the United States that can communicate with their clients a little bit better than someone, say, in the Philippines can. Then so what they're gonna do is, get a client, and they're gonna do most of the books and everything. But when it comes to the real estate stuff, they're going to be referring me to help them with their books and more or less coach them on, how to categorize things, how to, look at capital improvements and stuff like that. Because there is a difference between just fixing one window and, replacing all of them at the same time. One is the replacing one window is, you're just expensing it that year, putting it on your P&L, writing it off that year, moving forward. If you're replacing all the windows at the same time, then that's a capital improvement, so that's going to be going on your balance sheet. And that's like an example of what I'm going to have to be, explaining to these real estate investors and trying to kind of guide them through their bookkeeping experience and getting it more on point. So we talked about, what the how they would pay me and everything, and that's kind of like what it was, because sometimes you'll get it to where you'll have a firm just refer you as a bookkeeper to their clients. They're not worried about doing any of the bookkeeping. They're just like, we don't do bookkeeping, but we do partner with this bookkeeper, which is good and stuff. But sometimes they'll send you, you're not the only bookkeeper they're referring. They're like, here is a few bookkeepers that we work with, type of thing. And whenever that happens, you're kind of a race to the bottom. It's like, who's going to be the lowest price and the best deal for them. And that's not really ideal for me, at least. What, but they'll for this one, it's going to be a little different. They're just pretty much sending me work. Whenever they have, the client that needs extra help, they'll send them to me, and I'll, be able to do the work for them or coach them on how to do the work if that's necessary. And that's going to be pretty huge for me, especially starting out. It's not going to be, I'm not going to be making $1,000, per month like this, I doubt. But, I'll get a couple $100 extra every month by them giving me work. And I think that right now, especially since, I just started this last summer, I think that that's huge. It's a great stepping stone for me. Number one, can get my foot in the door and get, working with real estate investors. That way, word of mouth is the biggest marketing tool you could possibly have. And that's more or less what I'm going to be getting, by doing this work for a little bit less than I would a regular client. And I'm completely fine with that, especially starting out. But it's definitely exciting. Nothing is solidified. It's just word of mouth. There's no contract signed or anything. But I think that it'll be good going forward, as long as everything works out and whatnot. But it is an exciting deal, and I'm excited to see what's going on, and I'll keep you guys updated as to what's going to be coming up next and how it works. That way, if you're ever looking at partnering with a firm, you'll know exactly what to go through. But right now, we're going to go through it together. So subscribe to the channel, and we'll go through the journey together.